So what are we making today?
We're making banana muffins with like a sugary crumb on top.
Love a sugary crumb.
So my name is Peter. I'm a teacher. I'm a pre-K teacher. Yeah, and I've always enjoyed baking.
My name is Emily. I am a journalist and writer, and I don't know that much about baking, and I am assistant extraordinaire. We definitely have a repertoire of like 10 things that we bake a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we're watching the Great British Baking Show and we like need something sweet, or we want to bake something, we have like our go-to things. And I feel like banana is just like
a staple.
Oh yeah, always in the house. We always do it.
Yeah. So let's give it a go.
Okay.
It definitely uses a lot more.
Way to go. Very professional looking. Also, it was 1.5 cups of flour. I just want to point that out to you.
I appreciate that. You saved
did
us.
the correct thing. Okay. Flour, baking soda, baking powder.
Alright, and
salt.
a little bit of salt.
I feel like if you don't have the right equipment to bake, it just makes everything so much more difficult, and we never have all the right.
Right, but that makes you like have to figure out different ways of dealing with it, you know?
But I also feel like it just complicates it.
It would make it a lot easier. I really want to get like one of those things that you put on the countertop, you know, like one of those mixers that my parents had.
Yeah, I know. Wink, wink. Great Christmas present. Also, we skipped a step to lightly grease 10 muffin cups.
We can do that at the end.
Oh, okay. Excuse me.
You're my assistant here. Get it right. But I work at a school, and at the school, all the teachers bake, and they'll bring in the baked goods to school, and it just becomes this weird competition of like who brought what and how good it was, and I'm never on par. I need to step up my game. So maybe I'll try making these, and if they turn out, maybe I'll bring them to school with me next time. All right.
I didn't have much of a family culture around baking at all. Yeah, I famously didn't know that you could bake a cake from scratch. I thought you only could use a box to make cake. So you could say that I've really gone through a crazy transformation. Yeah, so Peter's just taught me so much about baking, life.
That's a little bit dramatic, but...
If we want to talk about gender norms, but you know, like most people would think that, you know, as a woman I would know, or I would teach you, or whatever. If you want, it's really a stereotype, but like, yeah, you've taught me so much more than I have taught you about baking.
I feel like now that we're doing it together though, like we have such different styles. Like like your thing is like freeform jazz, which I hate.
It's my favorite
I can't
expression.
stand. Yeah, I can't stand when she's like freeform jazz. But the truth is like I always like to follow the recipe like to the T, and that ends up being fine. But it's not always. You don't really get to make like interesting things. Like just switching it up every once in a while can be so interesting, and
yeah,
you can discover something really good, or it can totally ruin the recipe. So
yeah.
All right, do you want to know?
I need one third cup, but there's no 1/3 cup measurement.
Okay, so this is half a cup. So
okay.
A third cup would be like maybe right there.
Okay.
Did you put the oven on already?
Yes.
Cool.
Oh.
No, it's melted.
No, I just put the butter in the pan, and I did this really like amazing thing where I turned the heat on and the butter melted into the pan, and it's just crazy.
And can you just cut in the butter into little chunks, and then that will like crumb it up. You know what I mean? Okay. Yeah? You want me to do it?
No, I can definitely do it. You come from a long line of butter users.
You want to tell the story about my grandma?
Yeah. So like the first time I'm meeting her, wonderful, wonderful woman, but she literally puts an entire stick of butter. She throws it into a pan, and we're making, drum roll please, vegetables. We're making green beans for dinner. And it was like this whole big like skillet of them. She literally just tosses in this entire stick, and I just watched it like in awe. Just like all of it like roll onto the green beans, and you really could take like it was so
Oh my God,
much
yeah.
butter. Oh my gosh, love butter, but you know.
She's like a 90-year-old woman, just like
Ruth,
living.
killing it. I would just like to point out
Go ahead.
your apron is much dirtier than mine. I don't know if that means I'm better, but it might mean.
I don't know what you're trying to get at. I don't think I appreciate it though. Do you think it would be good to add walnuts?
Yeah.
Just like chop them up real fine.
Mhm. Definitely.
You see I'm freeform Jessie.
I love that.
Mhm.
I love that.
We're evolving here.
When you go to the grocery store, you have to know, like, you know, I need to get like a niece. But no
Right,
one,
right.
you know, you don't just get.
You
a
have to have a
niece.
pretty stocked kitchen. to
Exactly.
begin with. Yeah, that was what was hard when we were living in Taiwan, was that you really can't get like a lot of those
Yes.
American baking ingredients. So like actually butter was one of them, milk. Like they just don't really use a lot of dairy products there.
Well, you
So-
can, but it was often expensive.
It was so expensive.
Or not much variety.
Or the quality wasn't as good. So it's been so nice being back in the US and like being able to actually cook with ingredients that we are a little bit more familiar with. Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
But that also forces you to like find different ways of doing things. So it was good. Definitely more than that. You ready to put this on?
I'm ready.
Alright, let's give it a go. Alright. So I think, how long does it say to bake for, Emily?
18 to 20 minutes.
15 to 20 minutes?
18.
Oh, 18 to 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, okay.
We're done here.
The crumb didn't really work.
No,
I mean,
the crumb didn't work at all, which is fine.
it just like spilled down onto the back. Right, but that's fine.
Remnants of walnuts, though. Smells so good.
Oh, it's perfectly done. Oh, it's so hot.
It's good.
It's not bad.
Really good. Very successful.
I feel proud of us. Mmm.